Morning, guys. We're on Revelation chapter 16, and we're on the sixth bowl of judgment that God pours out on the earth. And we've seen all the terrifying aspects of the sores breaking out, the heat, the darkness, and now we see this great river Euphrates that gets dried up. And as we mentioned on Wednesday, all these horrific things are happening, but it repeated in verse 11, and they did not repent of their deeds. And that's so sad, because hardship should always bring us closer to the Lord. It should force us to our knees and to call out to Him. But in this instance, at the end, men's hearts are even harder and harder, and they actually curse God, and they turn and blaspheme God. And then it goes on to say in verse 12, the sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river, and the Euphrates and its water was dried up, so that the way would be prepared for the kings from the east. And that great river Euphrates, that's been mentioned even before the flood, right in the middle of God's, to the east of the promised land in Asia, this massive river that's been there for thousands of years, is now being dried up. And whether it's from the sun or however it happens, we don't know. But there's a purpose, and that's to allow all the people from the east to come and attack Israel. And so ultimately the whole world turns on Israel. And God allows us, and He allows these demons to go out and deceive the world. It goes on to say, and I saw coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. So the whole entire satanic system, the Antichrist, the false prophet, the false religious system, the false, when I say false, it's the orders, the New World Order, the monetary order, the religious order that Satan set up and deceived the world. These demons are all part of that. And they look like frogs. It says 3 unclean spirits like frogs. And we know the frog is an unclean animal. The frog was part of the plagues in Egypt. The frog represents the slimy, unclean thing that's coming out of like a river that's being dried up. But in this, representing these horrific demons that are coming out and now going into the world to deceive more and more kings. And as we know, Satan's out to deceive kings. He wants the people of power. And so even today, the guys in control of who have the most money, the big oligarchs of the world, he's interested in them because they have the power to manipulate and control the world. And so it's them that he wants to deceive first and foremost, obviously us as well. But it goes on to say, 3 unclean spirits like frogs, for they are spirits of demons, performing signs which go out to the kings of the whole world. And Satan is always performing counterfeit signs and wonders, and that's why it's so appealing, and people fall for it. And so there's always these supernatural things happening, fire from heaven, supernatural healings, all these things that make us think it's from God. But they're actually counterfeit things that look like God, but they're not God. They're from these demons. And it says, which they go out to the kings of the whole world, because the kings have the power. And so these demons will influence the kings to come and attack God's people and Jesus, to gather them together for the war of the great day of God the Almighty. So there's a great day coming. There's a great war, the Armageddon, the final war, that Satan is rallying his troops. Even now, he's trying to get all the power together under one head himself, so that he can now bring this war, this final war against God. So let's look at things through God's lens. We've been warned. We know what the end's going to be like, and the signs are here even today. So I trust that you have wisdom as we go through this. God bless.